Welcome everyone. This is Bōde's Vancouver real estate market update for October 2021. I'm going to quickly show you what's happening in Vancouver's property market at a macro level, and then I'm going to show you where you can find all the data for your specific community and property on our website, so you can do all of this analysis for yourself. So let's dive in. First thing we're going to look at is for the greater Vancouver area, we're going to look at all residential listings. So the number of new listings that have come to market each month for the last 4 years. So you can see the purple and green lines for 2018 and 2019 typically follow a very consistent pattern. Obviously the dark blue line here, 2020, when COVID happened in March, there was a huge dip in the number of new listings, and the rest of 2020 was an unusual year, and 2021 has also been an unusual year. The bright blue line here is 2021. Earlier in the spring, a huge number of extra listings than you'd typically have for that time of year. But since then, in more recent months, the number of listings has actually been down versus the typical for that time of year. So in September, number of new listings down 6% versus the average of the last 3 Septembers. So number of new listings kind of coming back down more towards normal. Meanwhile, on the sales side or the demand side, we've had a huge number of extra sales versus a typical year. So you can see here in springtime, 2.5 times the typical number of sales for those months. That's also started to come back down more towards normal levels here, but still up. So sales in September still up 25% versus the average of the last 3 Septembers. So still lots of sales taking place in the market out there, still strong demand. So the combination of strong demand and fewer new listings than typical means that overall number of homes for sale is low. So not that many homes for sale right now. Overall inventory is quite low, which means if you're a seller, it's quite a good time to be selling a home. And if you're a buyer, it's a difficult time to be trying to find somewhere to buy because there's fewer homes than normal listed for sale. So if we take a look at what's happening with prices in Vancouver, well, prices continue to increase. If we're looking here at the home price index going all the way back to January 2005. Over those 16 years, prices have been quite consistently going upwards. In the last year, in 2021, a very sharp upward movement in prices, which you can see in the last few months has leveled off now. So earlier in the year, prices were going up quite quickly. The last few months, prices are now stabilizing and staying about the same. This chart will look quite different for apartments versus detached homes, and you can see all of those broken down in our full monthly market report. But if you'd like to take a look at the data for your specific community, you can do that on our website, bode.ca, where you've got free access to all of the data you could possibly want to see. The first tool we've got is called Market Data. And on this page, you can see what's for sale, how many listings are for sale, and how many have sold in your community. You can see all of the same supply and demand charts that I was just going through, and you can see the trend in prices for your specific community and your specific property type. So check that out over at Market Data. We also have a tool called Sold Data, where you can see the price that any home in the Vancouver area or in further afield than that, all the surrounding areas around Vancouver, you can see what all of those homes have sold for in the last 2 years. You can see all of that on our website on the sold data page. And finally, we've got a comparables page where you can enter 8 features of your home and instantly see the most similar live listings, so your current competition, as well as recently sold listings and what price they sold for. So you get a really good feel for what your home is worth right now. You can check out all of those tools for free over at bode.ca, and we'll see you next month for next month's report.